Here comes Bobby Miller trying to make it 3 good starts at Dodger Stadium in as many tries this season. We go down to the field with Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Joe. Well, on Wednesday when Dave Roberts addressed the media after the game, he said that come Friday the team might look a little bit different. Yesterday the news broke that Jason Hayward had been designated for assignment for the activation of Chris Taylor. And for Jason Hayward and even Dave Roberts, that was a very challenging decision and conversation to have with him because of what he's meant to this team. He was a leader in the clubhouse, a friend to many of the guys on this team. So he's a special one. They're continually rooting for him. But Dave Roberts did say, as well as Jason, that they knew a conversation was going to have to happen for someone due to the roster crunch. And Jason is very grateful for the time that he spent in Dodger blue and wearing number 23 for this team, guys.
All right, Kirsten, and so his final moment as a Dodger becomes that pinch hit game-winning home run on Tuesday night, which Dave Roberts had said at the time was maybe his favorite moment all year. And so it was an emotional meeting for him after the game yesterday when he had to break the news to Jason that his time with the team was coming to a close. We get ready for this 3-game series between the Dodgers and the Tampa Bay Rays. Let's take a look at the Rays lineup. Yandy Diaz will lead things off, the batting champ in the American League last year. Brandon Lau bats second. Junior Caminero, one of the top prospects in baseball, just made it to the big leagues. Morel, Lowe, and DeLuca to the middle of the order. Siri, Brantley, and Walls to wrap things up for Kevin Cash's lineup against Bobby Miller, who came back from his stint in AAA last week. 4 runs on 8 hits over 4 2/3 in St. Louis in his first game back. He felt like EK that he had cleaned some things up. He's hoping it shows up this time.
Well, and I think the first inning is real important just for him to get in the right mindset, to feel good and to carry confidence, because I think that might be his most important thing he needs to develop.
Off we go with a Baltimore chop up the middle to Miguel Rojas, and they get Yandy Diaz on 1 pitch. So the Dodgers sweep the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners leave, and their identical twin comes in here. This is a team that has elite pitching, has not hit a lick. They've gone from 4th in baseball last year in scoring runs to 28th this year. And in 4 games this week in Oakland, they scored a total of 6 runs.
Well, one thing I can promise you, though, Joe, is if the Dodgers sweep the Rays, nobody's getting fired.
Yeah,
right?
How about that?
Unreal, huh?
Scott Service let go after the game on Wednesday. 1 ball, no strikes on Brandon Lau. Dang it.
Hey, at least you got it out of the way. Just wow.
Wow, Lau. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Tampa Bay second baseman, who got his 499th hit of his big league career on Sunday. He's 0 for 17 since. The Rays are in danger of missing the postseason for the first time in 6 years. They won 99 games last year. 64 and 63 right now, though, and 7 games out of a playoff spot.
4th best record in baseball last year and had to play a wild card.
Yeah.
Right?
Change up, fades in there for strike 3. That's the pitch Dave Roberts touched on when they asked him, what does Bobby Miller have to do tonight? He said he's got to have that change up working, and right there it is.
It just drops that thing in. It's almost like that. They talk about that Greg Maddux pitch where it goes at the left-handed hitter and then just breaks back over the plate. Easy to give up on. If
Miller and the Dodgers get 7 Ks in this game, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink tomorrow. Junior Caminero swings and misses at a 98-mile-per-hour fastball with good movement there. Caminero, one of the top prospects in baseball, made it to the majors for the last week last year. A lot of this season in AAA and injured there. Injured his quad early on. He got that right. Got enough ABs where they felt like he was in a good place. And with all the movement at the trade deadline, traded away 7 players. It opened up a spot for Caminero. On this 1-1 pitch, swings and misses at a breaking ball. Miller's 1-2. Turns around a fastball, right center field, and Caminero shows off why he's so highly regarded. A 100-mile-per-hour fastball that he bangs the other way for a home run, his first one this year.
And you mentioned the tools. The bat speed is crazy, but look at this fastball. It's up in the zone. It's 100 miles an hour. Normal people don't get to it, but we know as a prospect, he is the top in all of baseball, and the tools he has, crazy. I blame that one more on pitch selection, right? He had just thrown a breaking ball. It looked foolish on. Why are we even throwing him a fastball?
Ball on Christopher Morel. Caminero had 1 home run in that surprise week-long call-up last season, straight from Double-A. So this is the second of his major league career. And that's been the pitch, EK, that if you dive into the pitch-by-pitch data has really gotten hit hard. The fastball of Bobby Miller. 100, but guys see it.
Right, and there's not a lot of movement, and if you leave it over the middle part of the plate, you're going to get hit.
Same thing there. Morel into right center field, a 2-out hit.
I mean, he jammed it, though, on that. I mean, you got to look, it gets hit, comes off the bat at 75 miles an hour, so it's not like he squared it up. But I get what you're saying. I mean, they don't miss that pitch.
Slugging against his fastball this year is 200 points higher than it was last year. Josh Lowe takes ball 1. Miller, as a rookie, was 11-4. He had a 3.76 ERA. That was the 3rd best ERA for any rookie. 1-3 with an 8 ERA and 8 starts at the big leagues this year.
But the way you make the fastball a more difficult pitch to hit is you set that fastball up with the other pitches. And that's what he did, you know, the first couple of hitters. And even when he got 1 ball, 2 strikes to Caminero, he had him set up.
Good lead at first for Morel. 2-1 comes home, and Lowe pokes it down the left field line. Teoscar Hernandez into the corner with room. And that'll finish off this first inning. He was a strike away from going 1-2-3. Caminero gets him, and the Dodgers will play from behind tonight. Dodgers coming to bat, facing a left-hander for only the 3rd time over the last month. Ohtani, Betts, and Freeman at the top. Teoscar Hernandez and Will Smith moves up and bats 5th. Tommy Edman all the way up to 6th in the order, with Rojas back in there. Lux facing a left-handed starter, and Kike Hernandez gets his first start of this homestand against Tyler Alexander, 30 years old, out of Chicago. Usually he has an opener for him, but with the big left-handed hitters at the top, it's backwards here. He'll actually start the game and take down the bulk of the game. First pitch to Ohtani's inside.
Yeah, you mentioned his last start was May 17th, and his last outing he threw over 5 innings, but as you said, he came in after the opener.
Ohtani has hit him hard. 4 out of 6 with a home run and 2 doubles. Gets under this ball. Long run for Caminero, who's playing up the middle, and it's out of play anyway. So a ball and a strike on Ohtani. Comes in at 39 home runs and 39 stolen bases. It could happen any night.
Do you have the call ready?
I guess I should get on it.
Just gonna let it flow.
I'm thinking about something like 40-40.
Dude, that is so good.
You know,
creative.
Right. 2-1. Ohtani has hammered Tampa Bay throughout his career. And leading this series off against the Rays. 2-1 from Alexander, is pulled to first and caught by Diaz. Up comes Mookie Betts. That's some big hits in that Seattle series. Helping the Dodgers to the 3-game sweep. 300 average over his first 10 games back.
You say with his, since he's come back, that's again with no rehab assignment, just facing some pitching machines and some some guys out here throwing sim games. I mean, the more and more I watch him and the things he does, I do believe he's the best all-around player in the game. Right? He, short, second, outfield. Goes to the outfield, and it looks like he hadn't missed a beat.
Well, they asked him, how long do you think it'll take you before you feel comfortable out there again? And he said, you know, like a week. Right. But then second game, he's making diving plays. He's chucking the ball from the wall right to the fielder's glove on the base. That's what you get when you combine incredible physical gifts with a work ethic that you're not going to match. 2-2 from Alexander. Betts leaves it upstairs. Some might call it crazy, the amount of work that he does, but rarely are the people that reach the level like you're talking about, best player in the game, are they normal?
No, it's almost like you'd say he's got a personality flaw.
Yeah.
Right? And he never thinks he's good enough. That's what's crazy. It's like, how good are you trying to be?
Pokes one to right field. Johnny DeLuca making his return to Dodger Stadium makes the grab. 2 up and 2 down in this first inning, and Freddie Freeman comes to the plate with our Audi player profile. After missing about a week and a half for the family reasons, he's hitting .305. There's another example of a guy away, no live pitching, did what he could to stay fresh at his high school at Modena, but he shows up back in the big leagues, ho-hum.
This guy could roll out of bed and he's hitting. I mean, you just give him a bat, you put him in that stance, and bam.
Did you try to time that out, hoping he was going to hit a first pitch?
Yeah, that would have been a nice return, huh?
Leads the National League in on-base percentage. He's 7th in slugging. Yeah, and on this 0-1 from Tyler Alexander, Freeman takes a strike. 0-2. Dodgers looking for a 5th consecutive win. Alexander's got a 1-2-3 first, and we're off and rolling in Los Angeles. 1-0 Tampa Bay. Back at Dodger Stadium, second inning, and time for Home Depot getting it done. Dodgers starting pitching in this stretch here where they've won 10 of their last 13 games. 9-2 record for the starters. 3.33 ERA. Bobby Miller's first pitch of the second is on the outside corner for a strike to Johnny DeLuca. It's one of the things when you look at all the injuries the rotation has dealt with throughout this year, all the young guys that have gotten opportunities, and still best record in baseball as DeLuca slams the ball to right center field. Betts over to cut it off. Juggles. DeLuca heads for second, and he'll get there. DeLuca's got great speed, so little room for error for Mookie and right.
Again, there's that high fastball up in the zone. We saw Caminero hit it out. Lucas shoots this thing, and Mookie on the transfer just not clean right there. And you mentioned he's got that play in front of him. DeLuca heads easily into second.
Single and an error. So DeLuca's in scoring position to start this inning, and Jose Siri climbs in. Siri had yesterday off, but 2 games before that hit the go-ahead home run in each. To end an 0 for 19 skid. Elite center field defense and home runs, the 2 dimensions that he brings. That ball is pulled hard but foul. Nice catch down there by Sean. Jose Siri out of the Dominican Republic signed his first pro contract a decade ago with the Cincinnati Reds, and he goes from the Reds to the Mariners to the Giants to the Astros, still waiting for his first chance. Yeah, broke in with Houston. Swings and misses here, and Miller's got his second K.
This is supposed to be a slider on the outer part of the plate and just backed up. See Siri just swinging through it. So far the strikeouts, changeup, slider.
Runner at second, one gone. Here's Rob Brantley, who joined the Rays in Oakland this week for his first big league games in more than 2 years. And it wasn't like he was a full-time big league player and then went away for a while. No, this has been spot duty for like 12 years. 0-1 from Miller is pop foul. He made it to the majors 12 years ago with Miami, and he was doing well. He played about 100 games those first 2 seasons, and he's probably thinking, okay, you know, I'm in my early 20s. I got this long career ahead of me, and it has kind of been long. It's just 35 games total with 10 different organizations over the next 10 years. Fouls this one off and stays alive. So 2 years ago, he plays 1 game with the New York Yankees. Didn't play in the major leagues again until this week in Oakland. And this time he's able to do it in front of a new son, 8-month-old son. Got to watch him in Oakland this week. Keeps on plugging away at 35 years old. And an 0-2. Fouls it off. We'll do it again.
Well, it's a couple things. Obviously, it's perseverance, but it's getting a taste of the big leagues, and then that's what keeps you just going every day. I'm going to get back there. I'm going to continue to chase that dream.
Kicks away from Smith. Up to third goes DeLuca. Gets far enough away where he thinks about pushing the envelope, but thinks better of it. Single air wild pitch has a man at third.
Just really snapped this off. Bounces way in front of home plate. Will's just trying to smother that thing.
Infield comes in behind Bobby Miller.
Stay with the off-speed stuff.
Got him with a changeup. Second of his 3 Ks coming on that pitch.
Shortstop number 6, Taylor Walls.
Really a nice pitch, great location. And that's the thing we talk. The fastball is not a put away pitch for Bobby Miller. It's used to set up the other ones.
And that changeup, even with Bobby's struggles this year, has been very good. The league hitting below 130 against it. He's got a good chance to get out of this inning, facing the light hitting shortstop and 9-hitter Taylor Walls. Looking for his first win since his first game this year, when he had everybody dreaming of what this year could look like with those 11 Ks against St. Louis. I mean, you had people saying this guy looks like a Cy Young contender. His second season, he had a great rookie year, and then he has that outing to start.
Yeah, I'll be honest, seeing him in spring training and then after the first outing, my sleeper guy that, hey, who's going to be the horse at the end of the year? You know, all the fanfare for Glasnow and Yamamoto. I thought this guy was going to be it.
Nice pitch right there, 2-1.
And it's not to say that he won't be, or, you know, he can't be, but the arsenal's there. It's, look at, he was injured, and then you start tweaking with things. Mechanics get thrown off a little bit, then you're not pitching as well, and that impacts the confidence.
Just disjointed, right? The whole year's become disjointed. He had that great start to begin, and then disaster of a start at Wrigley
Chicago,
Field.
yeah, that was tough.
In front of his friends and family.
It
on
started
his
off well.
birthday.
Wasn't that the first
Yeah.
inning? He walked right through the lineup, and then all heck broke loose.
Fastball is by Walls, and it's 3-2. He misses 2 months with the shoulder issue, comes back for a handful of starts, and then goes away for a month. And that wasn't just go figure it out in AAA. That was go to Arizona, just completely off of the grid and figure it out. Then to Oklahoma City, then back to the Dodgers. Runner at third, 2 out, and a payoff pitch that's grounded foul.
I like that pitch selection. And you're going to say, oh, it's the number 9 hitter at 3-2. Just go after him with a fastball. The fastball for Bobby Miller, again, I'm going to say it ad nauseum tonight. That's not his put away pitch.
Back-to-back Ks after the leadoff man was at second. Here's the 3-2 to Walls. Check swing on the fastball. Walls making him work. The 8th pitch of the at-bat here. Top of the order, Yandy Diaz waits on deck. Miller throws, and a change is foul. Taylor Walsh just a 168 hitter at the plate. Very low average, very low slugging percentage, but he will work some walks. He's top 5 in walk rate. On the 9th pitch, Walls swings and misses. Went back to the fastball and got it by him. And Bobby Miller with 3 consecutive Ks to strand a man at third. Teoscar Hernandez to lead off the second, and he muscles the first pitch into left field for a leadoff hit. First base runner for the Dodgers against Alexander is Teoscar Hernandez, who went into Wednesday's game 3 for his last 31. He's now 3 for his last 5.
It's getting hot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that pitch just bearing in and able to pull his hands in, still using a lot of handle there, but a lot of strength as well.
Which he's got plenty of. Tyner on the board. He's got decent speed as well. Will Smith at the plate. Will coming off an encouraging game Wednesday. He pulled a double. He walked, scored a run. Had a sacrifice fly like he's had more of than any player in baseball the last 4 seasons. And you look over the last 10 games, it's kind of been up and down, but you put it all together and the OPS is right around his career norm.
Yeah, obviously a frustrating season for Will. Started off great, but more than anything, you know, I still feel that other teams, they respect him. They still worry about pitching to him because he's always a threat.
On this 1-1 pitch, swings and misses at a good change. Back up into the 5 spot today. One thing he's done all year is hit left-handers well. Dodgers just haven't seen any left-handers lately. They're 27-13 against left-handed starting pitchers, but have faced just 2 of them in their last 25 games. What's interesting is that while they've been excellent against left-handed pitchers this year, as they've gotten healthy, started to skew a little more left-handed at the plate, and so you maybe not feeling quite as good about the lineup against lefties as those numbers would indicate. Driven the other way by Smith, but DeLuca will settle under it for the first out.
Well, you talk about the matchup in the righty lefty. How about Gavin Lux getting an opportunity tonight? Face a lefty. And you know, I think once Max Muncy gets back into that routine of playing every day, there's not going to be any. It's going to be, look, you've had a couple months off already. You don't need any more days off.
Yeah, Doc did say that he was a little bit sore coming off playing those first 3 games. So no huge deal, just an extra day of rest here. Tommy Edman takes upstairs, ball 1. Tommy, a switch hitter that throughout his career has been better against left-handed pitching. Started switch hitting in the backyard playing wiffle ball when he was a kid, trying to imitate full major league lineups. He's like, hey, if we're going to make this real, I got to be able to do both sides. There goes Hernandez. They've got him picked off. He's out at second.
Teoscar trying to sneak attack going on first move, and Tampa Bay executed. Watch first baseman make a good throw. I mean, just right there. Move towards the pitcher. Got a good inside lane. But as a base runner, Teoscar just trying to surprise somebody right there, and I think he was the one that got surprised.
Alexander not having it. The left-hander is 1-0 to Tommy Edman. Through the back door for a strike. Have been a couple hits in his first series with the team. He said the last month or so has given him a new appreciation for how good big league pitching is. He said you see the stuff in AAA and the stuff is as good, but the command is so much better here. And he said each pitch feels like it has a purpose here. 2-2.
You couple the ability for pitchers to hit their spots with all the movement. And you throw out elite defense as well, and it makes hitting difficult.
Turns this one around to right center field, but DeLuca's there to finish off the inning. And thanks to the caught stealing, Alexander's faced the minimum through 2. Beautiful night at Dodger Stadium, where the Rays have a 1-0 lead on to the 3rd inning. And Bobby Miller comes home with a strike on the inside corner to Yandy Diaz. Diaz grounded out in the first pitch of the ball game. Comes in riding an 8-game hitting streak. Grounds another one to short. It's Rojas again. 1 away. So Bobby Miller, EK, 4 Ks through 2 innings. That matches the most strikeouts that he's had in a game since his season opener.
Yeah, and only one of those on a fastball, and that was a fastball that happened to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. Again, you just saw him retire Diaz on that breaking pitch.
Brandon Lau watches a fastball miss away. So many potentially good options in this rotation as you look ahead to the postseason, but still a lot of uncertainty just given the current injury situation. Tyler Glasnow and Yamamoto. Sky high down the left field line. That is going to be a souvenir. Good news from Yamamoto. Continued good updates on him, by the way. They say that he's going to throw a 2-inning bullpen on Monday and then head off for an actual rehab assignment on Wednesday, and that he's looked really good in his throwing. But just to get back around to the point I was making, Bobby Miller, this is a really important stretch for him, and Dave Roberts acknowledged as much before the game today. They're looking for anybody to step up and feel like a sure thing.
Well, that's the thing. If I'm Bobby Miller, I don't care what I've done up to this point. I've got a clean slate, and if I can get hot and get back to what I can do and what I did at the beginning of the year, what I did last year, I'm a viable option for the postseason. I mean, the stuff is there. Consistency, not so much, at least not yet.
Fires 1-2, and a fastball is popped up. That is just out of Kike's reach. When you look at the best case scenario, it's a terrifying rotation, right? Like, you're not going to want to face him. But you can also look and see paths forward for a guy like Bobby Miller. Break into that group. Another 1-2 pitch, and a change has him buckling his knees, looking for something else, it looked like. Strikeout number 5 for Miller, and 2 gone in the 3rd.
Great sequencing right there, and then even better execution by Bobby. Down in the zone. Hitter gives up on it. He's not getting a fastball.
Yeah, that's Caminero.
Right? I mean, and if he does, it better be so far out of the zone that he can't get to it.
Well, you mentioned it at the time. He shouldn't have gotten a fastball when he did. After filling it a curve to fall behind 1-2, got a fastball and hit it a ton. Put the Rays on the board.
I don't mind that fastball right there. Right? You can't hit that. Can't do anything with that. Just get out of the way. Now you got to come back with a, that slide or something away. Oh, gonna go back in.
Change. Another fastball. Caminero takes it.
See, now this right now, if you're throwing a fastball, it better be a pitcher's pitch, because he's swinging. Or not.
Wow.
That's just for me, that's just that's rolling the dice. I mean, he's a young hitter, so maybe he's not as confident, but
he's had him on the breaking stuff.
I mean, Camanero's he's gonna be upset because that 3-0 fastball, like that was
on a tee.
That was right there. You're not seeing another fastball that's that bad. Yeah, you better not be seeing another fastball that's that bad.
3-2 is a breaking pitch that he slams into right center field, and Camanero's got a pair of extra base hits. Both of them coming with 2 strikes. And the 21-year-old out of the Dominican Republic showing right away here in Los Angeles why the Rays and all of baseball is so high on him.
Well, that's why he's the top prospect. It's not a good pitch. I like the pitch selection right there, but Bobby just hung that. But Caminero, Kevin Cash, manager of the Rays, was talking about him and his BP. He said it's the most electric BP, and granted, it's batting practice, that he's ever seen.
Wow.
And that's saying something. He's seen a lot of players.
2 outs and a chance for Christopher Morel with the Rays in front 1-0. Swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. He's not that big, talking about Caminero, but lightning quick hands. Yeah. And they say that he, pound for pound, as strong as they come. One issue that he's had is too many ground balls coming up, so they've worked on him to try and get a little more elevation. Speaking of elevation, that is fly to deep left field, and a rain-making home run from Christopher Morel makes it 3-0. Three runs for the Rays, all off 2-out home runs against Miller.
This is just a changeup at the top of the zone. He's made some good pitches with that, but they've all been down. This thing just comes back over the middle part of the plate, speeds up Morel's bat, and just again puts it down that left field line. He's got as much power as anybody in the big leagues, but again, not a well executed pitch.
21st of the season for Morel. He's in his first month with Tampa Bay. Dodgers saw him earlier this year when he was with the Chicago Cubs. And the Rays at the deadline were, per usual, as active as anybody. They traded 7 guys away. They acquired 12 prospects and 2 big leaguers, Morel being one of them. That's a base hit to right field for Lowe. 3 consecutive 2-out hits. Matchup of a couple guys that made their big league debuts for the Dodgers last year. This is Johnny DeLuca. Sends one the other way for Mookie Betts. He's there, and that's the inning. But a 2-out rally, a 2-out home run from Christopher Morel, and it's 3-0 Tampa Bay. Dodgers in a 3-0 hole as Miguel Rojas takes outside and ball 1 from Tyler Alexander. It's the first game for Rojas since Monday. Felt something in his groin last game of the road trip in St. Louis. Didn't think it was a huge deal, and then felt it again while he was fielding ground balls before the game Tuesday. So gave him the extra day Wednesday. And feels ready to go here. Just something that he may have to manage here moving forward. He's got a leadoff hit here in the 3rd, and his hot hitting continues. Above 340 since coming off of the injured list 2 weeks ago. I mean, they're all doing that. Every guy that comes up, we're talking about, oh, he missed this amount of time, but he's been 3-something since.
Well, it has been contagious, and I think it speaks also volumes to the ability to stay in shape as far as hitting shape, whether that's watching balls off the machine, video stuff, work with the hitting coaches.
Gavin Lux getting a start here against a left-handed pitcher. On July 10th, Lux had the worst OPS in the National League. month and a half since, the third best OPS. That's from 5-something to almost 1,100. He's almost doubled it.
Well, that's an all-star break too, right? It's an all-star break. You go back, you clear your mind, you get a reset. Boy, did he reset.
Getting a chance against the lefty here. He goes inside with that pitch, and when you dig into the numbers during this stretch, what has he done differently? I mean, we see how hard he's swinging. We hear him talk about trying to do damage instead of just trying to make contact, but he's hitting above 500 against fastballs, and he's crushing pitches in. That's where they're going here. And he pulls it on the ground to second. Loud is second for one. Walls over to first to turn two. So that time, what has been the hot spot was the right spot for Tyler Alexander to go to for the twin killing. Here in a 3-0 game. Here in the third, it's Kike Hernandez. Two big advantages that Kike Hernandez has had to survive the continued roster crunch. The first is the versatility. The second is the postseason track record. 900 postseason OPS, and that's in 72 games. That's enough where you can say that's who this guy is and bet on it.
And it makes sense, right? Kike's got kind of a flair. You'd argue that he's kind of a performer. When he gets on that big stage in the postseason, he's locked in.
Did it for the Dodgers, did it for the Red Sox when he went there. Had 5 home runs in 11 games for Boston in his first postseason, helped them to the championship series. On this 2-1 from Alexander, he takes it at the top of the zone, 2-2.
It's almost as if the regular season it's boring,
yeah.
Right? It's just
shot up the middle, but Lau well positioned to throw him out and finish off the inning. Dodgers get the leadoff man on for the second straight inning, but a double play helps Alexander face the minimum. Jose Siri takes downstairs, ball one. We're starting to tell you a Siri story when he's up the first time, but he all over the place trying to get his big league chance. Cincinnati to Seattle to San Francisco to Houston. He finally breaks through, but that was part-time duty. Last year was his first real shot in the big leagues, and it was 11 years after he signed his first pro contract. 11 years later, 5 organizations later. 2-1. And that's a different story than we're talking about with Rob Brantley, where you said he had gotten the taste of the big leagues and that can keep you coming back. He hadn't tasted it yet and kept on riding those minor league buses, kept on aiming for the stars before finally getting there. Golfs this one to left center field. Edman shy of the track, puts it away. And here is the aforementioned Brantley, making his 3rd start this week after he made 7 starts the last 7 years. Two and 0. Sky high to center. Edmonds going back. He's onto the track. He's at the wall with just enough room. Whew. 2 gone in the 4th, and we get a quick word from Nissan.
This Dodgers broadcast is brought to you by the Nissan Rogue. Shop NissanUSA.com.
Number 6, Taylor Walls.
Brantley, by the way, last hit a home run in the major leagues 7 years ago. 2 up and 2 down in the 4th, and Taylor Walls pokes a base hit past Adrian Hernandez. So Rays trying to do it again with 2 outs. They have 6 hits in this game, 7 hits in this game, 6 of them coming with 2 outs.
Again, both their scoring opportunities started with 2 outs, 2 strikes. Junior Caminero one time hits a home run, the next time doubles, and then Morel follows with a home run.
Hernandez respecting Wall's speed, playing in on the grass there. Didn't have time to react. Hot corner was extra still right there. Wall showing the speed again. Heads for second. Throw from Smith. Tag from Lux. In time. Rays are saying hang on. They want to take a look at this to be sure. And they say play on. And so Will Smith's career year controlling the running game continues, helping Bobby Miller face the minimum here in the 4th. Top of the order for the Dodgers. Tyler Alexander's faced the minimum through 3 scoreless innings. Shohei Ohtani leads things off, and a spinner in there for a strike. Well, in the second half, Ohtani against left-handed pitching hitting below 160. So you figure he's going to see everybody's best left-hander once crunch time rolls around. If they have a left-handed opener on the roster, probably going to get used against the Dodgers. Tough play right here. Not in time. And the speed of Ohtani gets him an infield hit.
Shohei busted it from the very beginning, gets sawed off, but he is moving down that line, and again shows the athleticism.
All right, you got to be on stolen base watch, number 40 watch. Not easy, of course, with the lefty and Alexander on the hill.
Right, we saw him get, say, Oscar picked him off earlier.
Betts at the plate, line to right his first time. Good lead for Ohtani. Not running. Strike 1. This is where things get tricky. If you're a team saying we're going to use a left-handed opener against you, having to deal with Mookie Betts, and that's throughout the lineup. It is really hard to game plan for. Another line drive to right field that DeLuca will catch.
Well, that's why I say this lineup is so exhausting. And yes, you've got the lefty, righty, but it's not just, oh, this is some left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter. These are guys that Max Muncy, left-handed hitter, hitting at the bottom of the lineup, 35 home runs. This is Gavin Lux, who's killing the ball right. You know, they're legit hitters.
Freeman struck out his first time. Lone strikeout. There goes Ohtani, and he's going to steal it. Number 40 for Shohei. And so he's one swing away at this point from history. 39 home runs and 40 stolen bases for Shohei Ohtani. Freeman sends a fly ball to left center field. Lowe moves over to catch it. Ohtani tagging. He'll take third.
It was interesting when Shohei slid into second and stole his 40th. The second baseman was asking him, you know, do you want the bag or do you want to take the bag? I think he said, no, I'm going to steal 50, so I'm not going to take it. But again, just the greatness of Shohei. He got down to first because of his legs, second because of his legs, and over to third because of his legs. You know, the speed.
Teoscar Hernandez with a 2-out chance. Takes outside ball 1.
I don't need it. I'm going 50-50. This 40-40 stuff, I don't know what they're talking about.
His Taylor Wall says, well, can I have it? Be good for my collection. Well, what is that doing on your shelf, Taylor? Let me tell you what I did. I watched Ohtani steal his 40th onto that bag. 2-0 on Hernandez. Singled his first time. Starting to heat up again on this 2-0 pitch. Takes ball 3. Will Smith waits on deck. A bit of a new look tonight for Tasker with that red arm sleeve that he's got. 4-pitch walk. First free pass issued by Alexander. And Will Smith comes up representing the tying run.
Well, earlier in the year, this is when you wanted Will Smith up at the plate. Great RBI hitter, great situational hitter. I mean, that first month, he was as good as anybody. And what made him so good is his ability to control the strike zone. He did not chase at all. Made the pitcher come into him and wasn't trying to be greedy. Take the base hit when he needed it, shoot it the other way. That's still in there.
It's got Ohtani at third, Tasker Hernandez at first. Dodgers down 3-0 in the 4th. Alexander to Smith. Inside, ball 1. Arizona already won today. They beat Boston 12-2, and so the lead in the division 3.5 games. A little more than a month to go. 1-1 strike.
You mentioned that score, Arizona. Would you say 12 runs?
12-2.
You know what's crazy? They're doing all this without Walker.
Yeah.
Christian Walker. That's what I thought when he went down. I thought they were cooked.
He goes down, and suddenly they're the best offensive team in baseball. Arizona 34-13 since the end of June. That's better than anybody else by 4.5 games.
Well, you know who's been hot over there? Corbin Carroll. I mean, he's playing like he did last year.
Figured it was a matter of time,
right.
I think.
Right.
It's easy to say now, but that's a strike, and it's 2-2 on Smith.
I was hoping that time would be 20-25, though.
Right.
You know.
Dodgers head to Arizona at the end of this homestand. These 3 with Tampa Bay, 3 with Baltimore next week. Should be a fun series, and then a 4-game set in Phoenix. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2. Smith turns it around to right field. DeLuca back to make the play and end the inning. Dodgers get a couple to board, but strand them. 2 home runs for the Rays. Caminero and Morel. And a 3-0 Tampa Bay lead as we go to the 5th, and Miller misses inside to Yandy Diaz. So Miller's got 5 Ks. I think overall he's got to be encouraged with how the stuff has come out. 2 big swings, probably a few pitches he regrets, but progress. High strike.
I think, too, when you look back so far at this outing, both the scoring innings, he had 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on, and just couldn't get that elusive 3rd out.
And when you look at the 2-strike numbers, that is one of the areas where you see how different it's been from last year. OPS with 2 strikes, 250 points higher this year. Has not had that put away stuff for the most part. Line drive right field. Mookie Betts to get Diaz.
Second base, Brandon Lowe.
One gone in the 5th inning. Brandon Lowe to the plate. He's struck him out both times. Kevin Cash has said about this guy, he might look like Elf on a shelf, but man, he can really hit it far. 5'10", 180 pounds. And so not surprising that he's not always been a power hitter. He hit 3 home runs his entire high school career. He hit 10 home runs in 2 years at the University of Maryland. But then he really started trying to master kind of the kinetic chain, and really focusing on how his hips move, how he can generate power from the ground up and make the most of his frame. It's led to the home runs, but it's also taken its toll on his body, and he's had ongoing injury issues, oblique and back issues through the years. Takes inside here, and he's ahead 2-1. 30 years old. He's in his 7th season. And making the most of that smallish frame. A 39 home run season in 2021. He's been an all-star and a staple of these Rays. 2-2.
It really is amazing what this organization's been able to accomplish with the limited resources.
Fly the other way. Teoscar Hernandez has it. But man, do they thread the needle beautifully year after year, where it's like, wait, the Rays can't be good again, right? And then they overhaul the roster. They trade guys where it's like, well, why are they trading him now? But they get dudes nobody's ever heard of, and they become productive big league players. It's a great example of an organization taking guys, putting them in the right position to succeed, putting them in position to let their specific skills shine. But then they get a guy like this in Caminero, fouls it into the glove for a strike, similar to what they had in Wander Franco, a true impact player that they've brought up.
Well, they bring him up. They're going to give him an opportunity while he's young. Let him develop here at the big league level. But also all the while being competitive. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no rebuild. And you see organizations that are financially in way better shape, and they tear down everything, and 3 or 4 years, you know, they may show up again.
These guys have been to the playoffs 5 consecutive years.
Yeah.
Kevin Cash, what a job he's done.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, in the division that they're in, that's just.
Kevin grew up in Tampa. His dad was an original Rays season ticket holder. So I guess his dad was a Devil Rays season ticket holder. 8th season on the job. Took over when he was 37. 2-2 to Caminero. Spins away. Count is full. Parts of 8 big league seasons as a catcher. Handful of games with Tampa Bay. A lot of it with Toronto. Bounced to Boston, Yankees, Astros. Finally able to retire Caminero with a strikeout, his 6th of the game, and we're halfway home in a 3-0 game.
Watch the Dodgers take on the Cubs on Wednesday, September 11th at 7 p.m. and score an exclusive Max Muncy bobblehead presented by Lexus. Be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance to take home your bobblehead of the veteran third baseman. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Tommy Edman, little blooper that'll drop in for a base hit to lead off this inning. There have been a bunch of paper cuts like that against Tyler Alexander. Can they finally cash in here?
Similar to what Teoscar did, just fought something off. And you mentioned it. Tonight, Alexander, he's only had 3 swing and misses. So you're going to put the ball in play, and that's one of the problems or one of the things. Oh, the guy can't strike people out. You're going to give away bloop hits like that.
Edman with good speed is aboard at first. Rojas shows blunt and takes a strike. It's always noteworthy these days when somebody squares around a bunt. Rojas has one of the Dodgers' 4 hits in this game. They're all singles. No 1-2. Dodgers have 15 sacrifice bunts this year. That is 22nd in the major leagues. The average team has 20. Nationals lead the way with 44. Alexander's 0-2. Rojas sends it foul. Fourth straight inning, the Dodgers have put the leadoff man on against Alexander. After they scored 8 runs on 10 hits on Wednesday against Seattle. Looking for their first tally of this one. Off the hands into center field. This will carry well enough where Series got it. Tyler Alexander, you go back to May 17th in Toronto. He took a perfect game into the 8th inning. And you talk about how baseball humble you. 2 weeks later, he's in AAA. Perfect game into the 8th. 12 runs the next 2 starts, and then a month and a half spent in AAA trying to iron things out. Upstairs with his first pitch to Gavin Lux. Much better since coming back from there, though. He's got a 2.25 ERA in his 5 games since returning. 30-year-old in his 6th season in the big leagues. First 5 with the Tigers, and his first year with Tampa Bay.
Well, this evening he's been effective because he's stayed away from the middle part of the plate. He's been living at the top and bottom of the zone and very east and very west of the strike zone as well, even off the plate. I mean, look at that location right there. Bottom of the zone, far away. And he's not just sitting in one part of the strike zone, moving the ball all around.
1-2 to Lux. Just outside this time. Got a command like that. Nothing's overpowering. Fastball 89-90. For the former TCU Horned Frog, whose 2-2 pitch. Come after a throw over to first. It's more of the same for Tampa Bay. Pitching staff has been the best in baseball the last 2 months. Conversely, only the Marlins and White Sox have scored fewer runs than Tampa Bay this year. 3-2.
You see the location of that pitch. He had just thrown 2 down and away to Lux. Now he shoots one up and in, so he can go to 2 places. He can go down and away again, or he can double up, go up and in for a strike. Going down and away.
Lux pops it up, back of the plate. Brantley to the screen is out of room. Edman wasn't running on the last 3-2. Let's see here.
That's twice.
Yep. Richard Lovelady. Lux takes the walk. And so the Dodgers get the tying run to the plate here in the 5th. Kike Hernandez. 0-2. Hernandez grounded out his first time, getting his first start of this homestand here. He's starting every day at third base. Of course, Max Muncy comes back. So Kike back into that utility role. Edman at second, Lux at first. Alexander's 0-2. Hernandez fouls it back.
Dodgers still looking for their first hit tonight with men on base. 0 for 6 so far.
Ohtani looms on deck. First and second, one away. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Hernandez lifts it in the air to left center field. Lowe's going back. He's on the track. He's at the wall, and it's tied. Kike Hernandez launches a 3-run home run, and it's 3-3 in the fifth. That'll be the last pitch that Tyler Alexander throws. Kevin Cash coming out to make a change. Kike Hernandez given an opportunity tonight. His first at-bats this week and the most impactful swing of the night. Coors Light beating the pressure. Shohei Ohtani against these Tampa Bay Rays. #1 slugging percentage of all time. 24 games against Tampa Bay, 9 home runs, 24 driven in. He's stolen his 40th bag of the season. He's sitting on 39 home runs. One swing away from the first 40-40 season in Dodger history. This one's on the ground to short. Walls will throw him out. 2 gone in the fifth. So the Dodgers have tied it at 3 on a Kike Hernandez home run. They've gotten into this Rays bullpen. And Mookie Betts coming to the plate. Betts is twice lined to right. Loveladies pitch. Outside corner for a strike. First season in Tampa Bay. Just came over from the Chicago Cubs. Former Royal, former A. 29-year-old from Georgia misses inside, and the count evens 1-1 on Betts. Walls again, good hands. Inning over. Dodgers tie it. Kike Hernandez with his 8th home run of the season, and after 5, it's 3-3.
Suit up for the summer at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, t-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Dodgers at MLBshop.com.
Bobby Miller pitches into the 6th inning for the first time in more than 2 months. 2 big swings against him in this game. Junior Caminero, home run in the 1st inning. This guy here, Christopher Morel, hit a home run in the 3rd. And blazes a fastball by him to get ahead 0-2. Went around. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He strikes out Morel just like that.
Left fielder Josh Lowe.
Obviously an important inning for Bobby. Dodgers back in this ball game. Again, only really 2 bad pitches this evening. Made a lot of good ones.
7 Ks. That gets everybody free jumbo jacks tomorrow. He starts low with a changeup. That is. Those 1 for 2 today. Another changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike. 7 Ks, the most that Miller's had since the 11 Ks in his first start of the season. And this is now, we're talking about it during the pregame show, he's pitched really well in his 2 games here. This is now 3 starts at Dodger Stadium where he's been way better than we've seen anywhere away from here. Winds and throws. Check swing foul.
Miller been aggressive tonight too, pounding the strike zone. No walks so far. This has been it's been a solid outing. You know, obviously some blemishes, but a lot more good than bad. Been much more efficient. You look at that pitch count. Last 3 innings.
8th one of this at bat to low is popped off the hands back and out of play. And especially when you compare it to what has happened his last couple times on a big league mound. He comes back, you know, feeling great after this reset in AAA, but then kind of more the same. Gives up the 4 runs in St. Louis. It's looked a little more like it tonight. His 9th pitch to Josh Lowe is a breaking ball to get a swing and a miss. He's got back-to-back Ks to open the 6th. 8 of them total tonight.
Right fielder Johnny DeLuca.
Breaks off the curveball. You see a big bender right there. Excellent location too. In off the zone. No way you can get to that.
So 3 consecutive Ks. Back to the last out of the 5th. And a curve for a strike on DeLuca.
Struck out the side in the 2nd, trying to duplicate that here.
Against DeLuca, who's 1 for 2. And it's quickly 0-2. Big inning in the game, and big inning for Miller's psyche, you figure, because at 3 runs allowed, it wouldn't take much for this to steer in the wrong direction in terms of what it's going to look like overall. But he finishes with a flurry, striking out the side here in the 6th, and the roar from Bobby Miller. Some of that moxie returning tonight with 9 Ks against Tampa Bay. Of Lady's first pitch to Freddie Freeman is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Dodgers looking for their first lead of the game after Kike Hernandez's home run tied it last inning. Freeman is 0 for 2. Pulls one on the ground to first. Yandy Diaz, his first base counterpart, takes it to the bag for the first out of the 6th. Dodgers looking for a 5th consecutive win. Trying to go to 14-6 in this month of August, and really encouraging stuff tonight from Miller.
That really was. He got beat on his fastball early on, but as the game started to progress, he used that more as a setup pitch, and then because they had to sit on the breaking stuff, he was able to throw that 98-mile-an-hour fastball here and there. Got some strikeouts.
9 Ks, no walks. He's only the 2nd pitcher to do that for the Dodgers this year, joining Tyler Glasnow. Just 1 batter right there for Lovelady. Back into the bullpen with the righty Hernandez coming up. Edwin Uceta on to face Teoscar Hernandez, and the former Dodger Made his debut here in 2021 and has bounced from here to the Diamondbacks, to the Cubs, to the Mets, but really established himself in his first year in Tampa Bay. 3 runs allowed in 30 innings pitched. Ahead of Hernandez, 0-2.
Yeah, he's been great out of the bullpen, especially in the last month. Get more confidence each and every outing. The stuff is ridiculous, right? It's just, can he get it in the zone? Can he attack the hitters? He's been able to do that consistently.
Well, his walk rate, that's been the biggest thing. It's cut it more than in half. It had been worse than big league average. Now he's one of the best in baseball at throwing strikes. 26 years old now. Fires a 1-2 pitch and gets Hernandez swinging. That is the changeup that's been the dominant pitch for him. The league hitting .077 against it.
Catcher, Will Smith.
That's one thing you can always count on with the Rays. They're going to have some arms. Whether it's on the starting staff, whether it's coming out of that pen, they're going to pitch.
Strike on Will Smith. Grew up in the Dominican Republic, one of the smaller kids, dreaming of being the next Pedro Martinez. Oh, 0-2. Will Smith 0 for 2. He's flied to right twice. On this 1-2 from Uceta, takes a changeup and it evens up 2-2. Uceta comes back home and Smith cracks a bouncing ball through past the diving walls for a 2-out hit. Well, this has been the story for the Dodgers a lot lately. Never more than in their last game on Wednesday, 2-out offense.
You see, Uceta leaves that sinker out over the plate. Will Smith gets a lot of barrel on that. Comes off at almost 100 miles an hour. Really hit that well.
So let's see if it's a start of something with 2 outs here. On Wednesday, 7 of their 8 runs came with 2 out. That was a season high.
Will Smith drawing the throw, all of 0 stolen bases this year.
It looked like it caught him off guard, and you can understand why. Edman fouls it off. Tommy Singleton scored his last time up. That led off last inning. Just put it in play. A little jam shot. Flips around, bats left-handed for the first time in this game. It's 1-2. Uceta to Edman outside. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two-out single from Will Smith. He's off first as the changeup falls in there for strike 3. And Uceta with a couple Ks out of the Rays bullpen.
Only his 3rd start so far this season, but at home, and he has been dominant.
And so it's up to the bullpens in this game. Tied at 3 to the 7th. Ryan Brazier, who's pitched in 2 games after missing pretty much the whole year with a calf injury. He's faced 8 hitters and retired them all. Bottom of the Tampa Bay order. Strike 1 with a slider to Jose Siri. Just like the hitters we're talking about, coming back from long stretches away. hitting the ground running. Ryan Brazier coming back after missing several months, looking dialed in. And ahead of Siri on back-to-back breaking pitches.
You know, it's one of the reasons I always have felt confident with the Dodgers, even though, you know, teams have closed the gap. I just feel like their ceiling is much higher. There's still a lot of room for improvement just because we're getting guys back that are healthy or will be healthy. These other teams, I mean, how much better are they going to get?
Got him on 3 pitches, 3 identical pitches.
Catcher Rob Brantley.
Five straight outs via the strikeout. Last 4 for Miller, first one for Brazier. 3-3 in the 7th. Here's Brantley, who just missed his first home run in years his last time up. Flied out to the wall in right center field. Here in his first week in the big leagues in 2 years. Into shallow left field. Hernandez gives way to Rojas. 2 out.
Shortstop Taylor Walls.
Taylor Walls 1 for 2 out of the 9 spot for Tampa Bay. Former Florida State Seminole in his 4th big league season. Lifts this ball into center field. Edman is there, slides to make the catch, and Ryan Brazier with another clean inning. He's retired all 11 that he's faced in his return. This homestand has been loaded with tight, entertaining games. Comebacks for the Dodgers. They've come back from down 3-0 to tie this game up. Bottom of the 7th, 3-3, as Miguel Rojas leads off the inning. Fouls off Ucetta's first pitch. Rojas is 1 for 2. It's one of the 6 hits for LA. One of those 6 hits, the big one, Kike Hernandez, a home run to tie it in the 5th. First of 3 games between the teams this weekend. Clayton Kershaw is going to go tomorrow. Taj Bradley counters for the Rays, and then on Sunday, Gavin Stone trying to build off 7 scoreless innings. And Shane Baz counters for Tampa Bay.
Dodgers going to have their work cut out for them. Those 2 pretty good pitchers. Baz is really throwing well as of late. See him Sunday. That's one of the things I don't say I was worried, a little concerned about this series. Just come off the good one against Seattle. Got Baltimore right around the corner. You didn't want to take the Rays for granted. Because again, we saw them, they just swept the Diamondbacks.
Perfectly positioned is Brandon Lau for the first out. Yeah, rarely are you going to just like walk all over the Rays. They get the matchups in a lot of instances. They put guys, like we were saying, in good spots. Kevin Cash, a great manager.
I just feel though you don't get up to play the Rays. Like, oh yeah, the Rays are coming to town. Like I'm locked in and I'm.
Maybe that's part of why you never walk over the Rays.
Right, right.
Lux bounced into a double play, then he took a walk in front of the home run. Fastball from that low arm slot of Ucetta just kind of shoots up at you. And it's 0-2. Got him. 2 out, and the hero to this point, Kike Hernandez, our T-Mobile coverage cam, looks back at his home run, which came on a 2-strike pitch.
And he knew it the minute he hit it. You know, I was watching that dugout, and Tampa Bay, they had contemplated taking out the pitcher, but left him in, and Kike tattooed it, just like that one.
Yeah. He's going to have a whole sleeve by the end of the game, that ball. All these tats. Second hit for Kike. That probably going to do it for Uceta. With Ohtani coming up. Kevin Cash hustles out to make the change. And the table is set for Shohei, sitting on 39 home runs and 40 stolen bases. He's sitting on 39 home runs as he comes up in a tie game in the 7th. Former Dodger Garrett Clevenger's on to face him. 1 ball, no strikes. Clevenger having a good season in Tampa Bay.
Getting some usage there too, huh? You see, this is his 56th game already.
Parts of 21 and 22 with the Dodgers. Traded to Tampa Bay that year. Fires 1-0. Ohtani chops one to second. And that'll do it for the Dodgers in the 7th. Evan Phillips is on for the top of the 8th in a 3-3 game. Top of the order for the Rays. And Phillips spins the first pitch to Yandy Diaz downstairs. Phillips seemingly has rediscovered his form after an 11 ERA in July. No earned runs in 9 games this month. Big bounce. Almost an instant replay of the way that Diaz started the game. Up the middle he goes for the first out of the 8th. First out in EK for Phillips since Monday when Dave Roberts said that was it. He went right after Randy Arozarena, retired hitters on both sides of the plate. It looked a lot more like the guy they've come to know the last couple of years.
Well, you mentioned the August has been a complete turnaround for him. Still yet to give up a run this month.
Now here's a good challenge here against a left-handed hitter with pop. It was lefties that really doing the damage against him. Waiting on that cutter that had become predictable from Phillips. He's stopped throwing it. Not throwing it at all this month. The 4-seam has been the one that's carried him. 2-0 on Lau. Down the left field line towards the corner. That is in. And it trickles up to the wall. It's a double. Go ahead run in scoring position as the Rays get their first base runner since the 4th inning.
Third baseman number 13, Junior Caminero.
Didn't feel like a horrible pitch. Fastball just kept it running away, but Lau stayed on that thing, poked it to the left field corner.
So now it's Caminero. 21-year-old, just 16 games into his big league career. 2 extra base hits tonight. Fastball, strike 1. A little bit low this time with a sinker. Two and 1. Golden chance here for Tampa Bay. They've got the go-ahead run in scoring position. One out in the top of the 8th inning. Heart of the order coming up here. If Phillips can get out of this 8th inning, score is tied, but the Dodgers advantage and outs with which to work. They'll have 6 of them over the last couple innings. Rays with just 3. Bouncing ball that Freeman's able to stab. Race to the bag. Phillips wins, 2 out. Some huge plays on this homestand for Freeman over there.
Yeah, really a nice job. Most impressive thing is his ability to get up, find Phillips. I mean, just watch this. He's down. He just, boom, gets up. Gets the ball early to Evan. Really a nice play by Freddie.
Not out of the woods yet. Christopher Morel comes up to the plate here. Second consecutive multi-hit game for him. Will Smith out for a visit.
You just want to be sure on how you're going to attack this young man. And there's a ton of swing and miss. And it's, you could breaking ball him to death.
Puts a little more pressure on Will Smith with the go-ahead run down there at third. Dodgers have Betts, Freeman, and Tasker Hernandez coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Lyles at third with 2 out. Phillips against Morel. Aggressive hitter, watches a fastball. Pinpoint, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Takes it away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Talk about that breaking ball. Morel this year has a 40% swing and miss rate on the breaking ball. And you can entice him to offer at it. You got a pretty good chance as a pitcher.
Ooh, tied him up with a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Been able to throw 2 fastballs just that bad, so it tells you that Morel is looking for a breaking ball. Still, I feel like that's the pitch that'll put him away.
It was a breaker. Check to first. He went around, and Evan Phillips puts up a 0 again. He pitches around the double, sends this game to the bottom of the 8th, deadlocked. Clevenger stays in. His first pitch is in there for a strike. So the Dodgers right here in a tie game, even though their MVP trio at the top of the order combined 1 for 10. They got 2 of those 3 guys coming up here, though. Freeman and Hernandez to follow Betts. He sends a fly ball to shallow center field. Fading over there to right. Seary the call and the catch. And now Freeman.
First base, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Strike 1 in the outside corner. This is an area where Freddie's not been as good this year against left-handed pitching. Still solid. It's just a year ago he was the best left-handed hitter in baseball against same-sided pitching. Bounces this one gently to Diaz. And 2 quiet outs to open this 8th. Hernandez. Single and a walk. Clevenger throws. Popped out of his hand. Mentioned he was traded over here to Tampa Bay. Similar to Aceta, he has found a home with the Rays and really started to establish himself. 2.71 ERA since going to Tampa Bay. Especially good lately. No runs in 13 games since the All-Star break. His 1-0 to Hernandez is fouled off. 1-1. Seven and 3 with the 270 this year. Those 7 wins tied for the most for any reliever in the AL. Teoscar's got 26 home runs this year.
Pitch clock was running out right there.
Fans were on it. I think they popped up thinking it'd run out, but time is called to avoid it. Those 26 home runs tied for his total from last year, 6 shy of his career high. 81 knocked in, both figures top 10 in the league here in his first year in LA. On this 2-1 pitch, fouls it off, 2-2. He's had a couple swings where he's looked really frustrated with not doing something with it.
I mean, you said it exactly right there. He thought he should have had that, and he knows he missed that. That was center cut right there. Just a bit late.
So now a 2-2. Teoscar bounces it gently left side. Brantley's there, spins and throws, and Diaz picks to send this game to the ninth, tied at 3. All the runs in this game coming off home runs. Caminero and Morel for the Rays, Kike Hernandez for the Dodgers. So 3-3 to the ninth in extra innings watch, presented by Jimmy John's. Dodgers this season 8-6 in extras, Rays 7-5. It's Michael Kopech, who had pitched 3 times in 4 days to finish off the road trip, and so they give him the first several days of this homestand a little bit of break. How good has this guy been since coming to LA?
I mean, how about the month of August? 8 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 10 strikeouts.
So 30 batters faced in his time with the Dodgers. He's retired 28 of them. Josh Lowe leads off and shanks this pitch foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kopech's on to face Lowe, DeLuca, and Siri. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the Tampa Bay lineup. On this 1-1, Lowe swings and fouls it into the glove. That fastball just has so much life to it. Yeah, good to see it back. On Sunday, his last outing, it was down 96-97. And you figure that was maybe just because he was working more than he was used to. That's what the Dodgers said, and proof given right here very quickly. Down the line, Teoscar out of room. In the bottom of the 9th inning, Will Smith, Tommy Edman, Miguel Rojas due up. And the Dodgers tonight have Max Muncy available off of the bench. Did he go? No swing. 2-2. .100, and this time he does offer. Kopech begins the 9th with a K.
Velocity's impressive, location just as good. Just ties him up there.
12 strikeouts total for Dodger pitching in this game. 1 gone in the 9th. Johnny DeLuca to the plate. 1 for 3 in his return to LA. That one backs up a little bit inside for a ball. Dodgers trying to stay out in front, trying to keep the D-backs and the Padres at arm's length. Both those teams won today. Both blowout wins. 12-2 earlier for Arizona at Fenway Park, and then San Diego out-hits the Mets 16-2. Joe Musgrove, 7 innings, just 1 run. 7-0 final score. Way up there. Does Smith have room? Not quite. Ouch. That's where you're saying I should have brought my glove.
Or I could just go to a sporting goods store and buy a ball for a couple bucks, right?
Yeah,
Save the fingers.
That's true. Not nearly as good of a story.
Oh, you can make up the story.
That's true. That's true, too. This is off Kopech. And DeLuca with his speed is on. Just kind of handcuffed him.
Yeah, it's almost, I think that ball was off the end of the bat or something. Maybe he had some spin on it, or he just tried to catch it with his forearm.
Charged with an error.
Yeah.
And now DeLuca, who is 13 out of 16 in stolen bases, over there at first representing the go-ahead run. Series at the plate. He backs out of the way of ball one. And when I say backs away, I mean sprints away. Out of here.
That's what makes it tough to anchor in that batter's box.
It's always amazing. They get in there the next pitch ready to swing. There goes DeLuca. Figured it was a matter of time. Bounces into the glove, and Smith has erased another. The second caught steal into the game for Will Smith. A huge one right here in the ninth. Wow.
The quick release is what allowed that. Also, Kopech doing a nice job of keeping him close. I mean, he got him by a long shot.
Series steps out of there on a ball.
Yeah.
So DeLuca had only been caught 3 times all year. Smith gets him there. Walsh, who he got earlier, had only been caught twice all year. And had only been caught 3 times in 36 attempts the last 2 years. Kopech's 2-1 is fouled off. 2-2.
Well, you obviously got to credit Will Smith. The quick release, but give the Dodger pitching staff credit as well. Keeping those runners close, good, efficient move to home plate.
Kopech's 2-2 to Siri. Got him. 1-0-1. That was zero fun, sir, for Jose Siri. On to the bottom of the ninth. Dodgers looking for a walk-off win. To the bottom of the ninth we go. Dodgers looking for a walk-off win to open this series against Tampa Bay. Manuel Rodriguez, who's got a 1.80 ERA. Here with Tampa Bay this season. On the pitch. Will Smith will come up the bat. Tommy Edman, Miguel Rojas to follow.
Yeah, he's very similar to Uceta, who, again, a guy that has great stuff, had trouble with command early on, but has found it, especially this last month.
Yeah, no runs the last 12 games. He gets strike 1 on Will Smith. Rodriguez spent parts of 2 seasons with the Cubs, traded to Tampa Bay at the deadline last year. These two organizations as good as any at finding guys like this and turning them into something. 28-year-old from Merida, Mexico. Ahead of Smith 0-2. Will 1 for 3 in this game. On an 0-2 pitch. Almost got hit. In fact, he did. What a gift. Will Smith is hit on an 0-2 pitch to open the ninth inning.
I mean, it was always frustrating sometimes out in the field to watch pitchers pitch, because you sit there and you go, what are we doing? He just threw fastballs by, and now we're going to try and trick him with a breaking ball, and you clip him. Now you got some problems.
Tommy Edman at the plate. Winning run aboard for the Dodgers in the ninth. Ball 1 on Edman.
Now you look at the left side of this infield right now. Third baseman is in. Edman has that whole side to just slap a ground ball through.
On a 1-0. He takes ball 2. Now, Tommy not the biggest guy, but 53 home runs in his big league career. Double digits in all 4 of his full major league seasons. On a 2-0. Slashes the ball into center field. Base hit. Winning run into scoring position. Second hit of the game for Tommy Edman. Already a visit from the pitching coach Kyle Snyder. Rodriguez has not had too many opportunities like this. You know, better and better numbers for him. Higher and higher spot on the totem pole. Also, you know, all the moves the Rays made at the deadline. Jason Adam traded to San Diego. Their normal closer Pete Fairbanks is on the injured list. And so he finds himself trying to get this game into extra innings in front of a crowd of 40-some thousand, in front of the top team in baseball. And the wall's closing in quickly. He hits Will Smith with a 2-strike pitch. Edman singles. And now Rojas, who's been as hot as ever the last 2 weeks since coming off of the injured list. Rojas, in his more than a decade in the big leagues, has 1 career walk-off hit. It was 6 years ago. He squares and bunts it foul. We saw him square earlier. Wound up swinging away in that at-bat. After Rojas, it's Lux.
Yeah, I'm just looking here. You know, would you pinch run for Will Smith at second?
That is bunted left side. Well done by Rojas. Winning run up to third. Second sacrifice bunt of the season for Rojas. Couldn't have come at a better time.
And this is where we talk about the Dodgers and the depth of their lineup. Max Muncy in the pinch hit role on deck.
With Lux at the plate with a chance to win it.
Yeah, you've got to throw them. Again, there just aren't options to attack the Dodgers now. Wherever you go, it's going to be a problem.
Infield pulled in for the Rays. Winning run 90 feet away. Looking for their 6th walk-off win of the year. Lux takes a strike. 1-1. He has 1 walk-off hit in his career 2 years ago. Boomerang of a season. Taken off for Lux. One of the best hitters in baseball the last 2 months. Ahead 2-1. And he's been even better with runners in scoring position. Massive hole on the left side of the infield here. 2-1. That is a diving stop at second base by Lau. Game-saving play by the drawn-in infield. Brandon Lau takes away a game-winning hit.
I don't know about that. You got second and third, and it should be contact. Because at the very least, the runner thrown out at home, you got a guy at third base to replace him. I get it to freeze on a ball in the air, but something on the ground with second and third, you got to be going.
Now with Muncy introduced as the pinch hitter, he has a left-hander ready to go. Poche is going to come into the game. 3-3, 2 gone in the 9th. Second and third for the Dodgers. How about Max Muncy's first week off of the injured list? 4 extra base hits, 6 driven in 3 games. And he's going to come off of the bench here with a chance to win this game. And a face-off for the new left-hander. Colin Poche comes on. Kevin Cash going lefty-lefty, although left-handers have hit Poche a lot harder than righties have.
If you're Max, you're looking for something up and away. Shoot it to left center. Don't need to be a hero here. Don't need to hit it in the seats.
Smith at third, the winning run. First pitch in the dirt, kicks away. Smith hangs on. Hard one to read.
It's a hard one to read, but you know, I brought it up briefly when he was out at second. Do you pinch run for Will Smith? And I know the Dodger bench is very thin, but you can run Kiermaier out there. And I think there have been two opportunities, whether it's that or him being at third on that ground ball hit to second base.
The 1-0 pitch. In the dirt for ball 2. After Muncy, Ohtani. First two reached in this inning. Smith was hit. Edmonds single. Successful sacrifice has him at second and third. On 2-0, Muncy takes ball 3. They've all been dirty. Poche's 3-0 pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. So now Muncy can dig back in. 5 walk-off hits in his career, and a couple of them last year. Looking to be the hero tonight. Instead passes the baton to Shohei Ohtani. And it's his turn to try and put on a cape. We talk about it. He'll go a whole game and see one good pitch to hit, sometimes none. But the pressure on here, there's nowhere to put him. You've got to come after him.
And Shohei has to approach it like that, too, knowing that they've got to come over the plate. You don't have to be a hero. Shoot the ball the other way. I mean, he has been good this year with runners in scoring position. It's just, you know, late in the game.
Any base hit will do. First pitch. Fly ball, right center field. Series going back. He's at the track. He's at the wall. 40-40. Walk-off grand slam. No way. What a moment. History. The 6th member of the 40-40 club makes the most dramatic entry into the club you could imagine with a walk-off grand slam.
Fireworks show has already started, and he lit the first one. Congratulations, Shohei, 40-40.
Canseco, Bonds, Rodriguez, Soriano, Acuna. And the fastest any player has ever done it, Shohei Ohtani, in his 126th game of the year, has joined the 40-40 club. Incredible. History in dramatic fashion. Ohtani's walk-off grand slam puts him into historic company and gives the Dodgers a 7-3 win.